Welcome to Empower Today. This last Sunday we had communion as part of our morning service. Communion, Mass, the Eucharist, whatever you may call it. It's where Christians remember Jesus in the Last Supper with his disciples, the night before he was betrayed, sharing bread and wine with them and saying, the bread represents my body broken for you and the wine represents my blood poured out for you. It was a meal that he told us to have regularly to remember what he'd done for us on the cross, and he used the simplest elements he could find: bread and wine. In his day, that's what you ate and that's what you drank. And I think he did it to remind people like me with a tiny brain and sometimes a heavy heart that we're forgiven because of what Jesus has done, not because of our performance, not because of how holy we are or think we are, not because of how much of the Bible we can recite, not because of how often even we go to church on a Sunday. I love this painting which I showed on Sunday in communion of The Night Cafe by Vincent van Gogh. It's actually based on communion and that Last Supper. You can see the dark figures there. This is a knockoff version. It's legal, that my wife got for me to remind me of this painting and this moment. And you'll see that there is a guy in white. That's Jesus, and he's serving the disciples who are in black. Someone pointed out to me that there's only 11 disciples on here. I said accuracy wasn't the most important thing for Vincent van Gogh. Emotion was. What I love is he paints Judas, who's on the way out of this moment of sharing, and he's even given him an opportunity to come back to the table. And what's true for Judas when it comes to Jesus is true for every single one of us. Whether we're far from Jesus or we're close to him in a spiritual sense, he says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest for your souls. That's Matthew 11:28 for those of you that like to know where the verse comes from. You're welcome, whether you knew that verse or not, whether you come to church or not. So why not join us at TBC, 10 o'clock Sunday morning, 6:30 Sunday evening. Take care, have a good week.